Hey team, how you doing? Dave Glaser checking in with you from Fit Life Champions in Denver, Colorado. And today's topic, our hot topic of today, is going to be what is a marketing pipeline and how do we continuously fill it to have a steady stream of clients. Now, pay attention. If you've heard of this analogy before, I want to go a little bit deeper into how it pertains to our personal training businesses. So stick around because this is going to get really exciting really fast. So if I draw an image of, if you've ever seen construction at an intersection and they're putting these big round concrete tubes or pipes into the ground underneath the asphalt where you're driving, that's what I want you to visualize as a pipeline. These huge conduits are built to take massive amounts of water from one location to another, whether that's drainage, whether that's sewage, or whether that's fresh, clean drinking water, to deliver it to the people that live here in Denver. So I want you to visualize how big those tubes are, and that's what we're talking about right here. So what happens at the beginning of the pipeline is as important as what comes out the end. So what we want to come out of the end of our pipeline is our ideal client. So if you've gone through week 1 of our mentorship program, you will have gone through the exercise that helps you identify who your ideal client is, who you want to work with for the rest of your career, and who you're going to be passionate about that fulfills your life of significance or your purpose. What is your big why? That's in week 2 of your mentorship program. But we've identified our ideal client, and now we're going to help illustrate with this analogy how to find that ideal client. So at the end of the pipeline, we want to find multiple versions of multiple people that fit our ideal client. And ours at Fit Life Champions is a 20 to 40-year-old female that wants to begin a strength program safely. Those are the 4 main key points of our ideal client here at Fit Life Champions. So how do we get more 25 to 40-year-old women who want to begin a strength training program in person and online safely? Well, we're going to have to start putting a whole lot of gushing water into the top of this pipeline. And these sources are going to come from ideas that are in your mentorship program as far as the exercises go. So places where I've found most of my clients in the 4.5 years of my business. My Facebook personal page has always been my #1 source of new clients. And I help you workshop how to leverage your Facebook personal account, not your business account, how to leverage your Facebook personal account to capture the attention of your ideal client. That's always been #1, and it still is. #2, quite possibly could be face-to-face marketing. These are people that I come into contact with on a weekly or a daily basis that are potential clients, but only if I start the conversation with them. Naturally, when you meet somebody for the very first time in a social setting, in a professional setting, or in a neutral setting, maybe it's just a random occurrence, the conversation turns to, well, what do you do? I always ask that question first because I want to be interested, not interesting. This is a good thing to remember. I want to be interested in them versus interesting to them. Now write that down. If you're not making notes yet, grab a sheet of paper, pause the video, grab a pen, and start taking some notes. I want to be interested versus interesting. Interested in the person that I just met versus interesting to the person that I first met. I encourage my team of trainers to set as many one-to-one appointments as they possibly can here in the studio or out at a coffee shop, because you want to get to know this person who could potentially be your client or potentially send you a steady stream of clients over the next year or two by getting to know them, becoming interested in what they do. I always ask the question, what do you do for a living? And then they start to tell me, and I listen and I listen and I listen. A lot of a lot of a lot of great, a lot of yes, a lot of awesome. Asking a few follow-up questions, and then the conversation always turns to, what do you do, Dave? If we're not connected on Facebook, they're not going to know. If we've just met at a social event or at a professional networking event, they're not going to know anything about me. So I'm going to say, I'm a personal trainer. I own a private personal training studio right by Mile High Stadium. And I've been doing it for about 4.5 years, where we work with 25 to 40-year-old women who want to begin a strength training program in person and online safely. It's pretty simple. And that's a 30-second elevator speech or elevator pitch that a lot of salesmen use to capture the attention in a short amount of time, using interested versus interesting. There's nothing interesting to a complete random stranger on the street about what I do. But there is a whole lot of things that I can find interested, that I can become interested in them, to help further the conversation along and help build a relationship with face-to-face marketing. If you can think of another couple of examples about where to fill this pipeline, go ahead, leave a comment in the section below, because I want to hear your ideas, and we can possibly workshop that the next time we jump onto a video, a call over the phone, or the next time we see each other in person. So comment below and we'll follow up via messenger or email. Sound good? Face-to-face marketing. So that could be, I play in a couple of sports leagues. I'm also a member of a BNI group. I'm also a member of 3 to 5 Club, which help me with my business development. I want to build as many relationships as I can with face-to-face marketing, Facebook personal page, and a few others. This could be family, friends. Sorry if it's getting jumbled there, but I wanted to save room for the next illustration that I'm going to make. So, family and friends. Why do we not sell to family and friends? Well, we don't have to, because they're already going to be invested in us as people. They already know, like, and trust us. So we don't necessarily have to sell to family and friends. What we do need to be is very, very excited about our brand new business, and very, very excited about what it can do for other people. They will naturally either gravitate to you or send people to you because they believe in you, and they're like, finally, Dave has found his purpose in life. Finally, Dave has found something that he's passionate about, and not just going somewhere and punching the clock like I was at my bartending job that got me through college. As soon as I realized that I was motivated by time freedom, I knew I had a purpose to get out of that bartending job. So I spent 14 months building my personal training business, not working more than 25 hours a week, all the way up to about $50,000 in revenue in the second year, in order to leave my restaurant job, which was, to my benefit, the most crucial face-to-face marketing that I could have done. Dave, is this your only job? I'm working at 10:30 at night. They start up a conversation. Dave, is this the only thing that you do? No, by chance, I actually am a personal trainer, and I do that from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day. And they're like, oh my gosh, you turn around from a 2 a.m. shift back into the gym at 5 a.m.? And I would admit it. I would say, yes, I get a little tired, but I'm so passionate about it that it's easy for me to leap out of bed at 4:30 in the morning and get to work by 5 a.m. to train and impact other people's lives. And that message right then and there, without even knowing who my ideal client was, without even knowing where to fill my pipeline, I was doing this naturally because this is good interpersonal skills, just to develop, just to practice, and to repeat over and over and over and over again. All right, so why did I leave this space over here? I'm gonna put this back up here at the end so you guys can take a screenshot of it, because I want you to have the big picture. All right, Now what happens? Oh, well, you know, I built up about a $30,000 business in my first year using these four gushing water streams to fill my pipeline. So let's put that down there at the bottom. I use these 4 areas to fill one pipeline to reach $30,000 in revenue in my first year of business. What I didn't know at the time is that I needed multiple pipelines in order to fill my business to increase to $49,000 in my second year. This financial freedom and time freedom, working the 20 to 25 hours per week, was what allowed me to quit my second job. But I needed that second pipeline. So, ideas for an additional pipeline. A website, Facebook, biz page, Facebook business page, right? So these are parts of the funnel process that go into your pipeline. Now, if you haven't read my blog on Facebook business page and its advantages and disadvantages to a personal training business, please do so. It's on the blog at daveglaser.com, because I want to give you forewarning. Only 4% to 6% of your audience on Facebook business page will actually see what you post. But there's some additional strategies in order for you to help leverage your Facebook business page in that blog and in the mentorship program. So if you haven't gotten your 7-step guide to building a personal training business, please do so at daveglaser.com so that you can get a little bit more information about the Facebook business page. All right, what other sources in this place can we have that fill this pipeline? And you can't read my writing right there, but that says Instagram. So how do we use our free social media platforms in order to fill a pipeline to get to work with more people that fit our ideal client or our niche? How do we do that? Pipeline number 1, pipeline number 2, pipeline number 3, pipeline number 4, pipeline number 5. This is my job as a business owner now that my business has grown to the point where we have 2 teammates and an intern working here in person to help serve our clients. My job as the business owner is to go out and find and fill these new pipelines. So what are the strategies to going out and building more pipelines? All of that can be found in your mentorship course. 8 weeks in duration. You get the opportunity to connect with me on a weekly basis. You get the opportunity to connect with other trainers across the country on a weekly basis so that you can learn from what's working for them, what's working for us here in the studio at FitLife, and what works best for you and your business to grow from 30,000 to 49,000 to our team goal of $200,000 in revenue in 2018. This is my number 1 focus for the next year. How do I fill all 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 pipelines in order to work with as many ideal clients as I possibly can to generate $200,000 in revenue? And I want to teach you how to do the exact same thing in an 8-week mentorship course. So head on over to daveglaser.com. If you haven't already, please download your free ebook, a 7-step guide to building a thriving personal training business, and read up on additional advantages of a Facebook business page versus a Facebook personal page in order to leverage that to help you build your business, master online training, and eventually open your own studio. Thank you again. My name is Dave Glaser from FitLife Champions in Denver, Colorado.